Welcome to Malcolm Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcolm and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right podcast. I'm your host, Malcolm Reed. Got my lovely wife, Miss Southern Shell, back with us this week. Mm-hmm. How are you? You feeling good? Feeling better?
Yeah.
Had a little feel a little under the weather last week, so you took a podcast off and let Mark fill in with us. And
under the weather is a good way to put it.
Yeah, under the weather.
I had shingles.
Ooh, yeah, it was not fun, was it? I wouldn't wish that on anybody, and I didn't even have them. Just for being around you with them.
I don't think I had them as bad as some people had them.
Yeah.
And, I caught it pretty early, started taking the medicine. They give you Valtrex.
Sure, you had shingles. I don't need to go get tested.
I just told you it was shingles.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it was rough. You were in the bed for several days and in serious pain.
It wouldn't.
And it subsided now, though, right?
Yeah, yesterday I would say was the first day that I didn't have any pain at all. So,
well, good.
I was back to work Monday, I guess. Kinda.
I tried to get you to take a few more days. I was enjoying it. We was having parties around here. I don't know. Shell's away. We can party down. We don't have to be so serious.
It's like having a sub.
Yeah, it's like having a substitute teacher. Mom's gone.
Every time
wild. We was drinking all day. And, had to turn the music up.
Were y'all really?
Yeah.
Whiskey runs at 8 a.m.
Whiskey, yeah. Tyler's going to get cases of beer for us at the gas station.
George Strait showed up.
George Strait showed up.
But anyway, so we're back at it.
We
took my Valtrex and we're back.
Knocked your shingles back.
We went to the Walgreens drive-thru and you were like, "This is not for herpes. This is not." I was like, "Please quit him."
They thought it was. It's like, oh well, here you go. And they handed it to you. That's hilarious.
Real quick, I want to talk about the Palmer home.
Yeah,
we're still running our Feed a Family campaign. If you get
Tyler, sorry,
we'll get a number for you.
Go ahead.
I got it pulled up right now. We are at $6,729.
That is awesome.
I know. That's over a fourth of the way.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Greg Rimpey on the Barbecue Central show. One of his listeners donated $1,000,
yep.
and then Greg matched it.
Yep.
So that was huge. And we did that the last month I was on. I guess that was at the beginning of April, and I will be back on his show this Tuesday. That's the first Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'll be back on there. Y'all tune in.
Yep. So we've had Greg donated $1,000 because he made a big thing on his show. If someone else donated up to $1,000, he would match it.
Yeah,
so
yeah. That was awesome.
Greg helped us raise $2,000 with that. So
that's fantastic.
Yes. Troy Johnson was the other donor. So
shout out to Troy too. But they go. Greg and Troy, they're gonna come down and they're in the lead.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
The most money, so
they are. And someone else emailed me and said that they are going to try to raise $5,000.
What?
I was like, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
So
cutting it off at 20 is that's the cutoff.
I mean, if we raise more than 20,000, we just keep raising, until Labor Day.
I got you. Oh, so that's when it ends officially, whether it's 20 or not.
Yeah, it'll end then. But we're doing pretty good already, so I'm happy about that. If you don't know, we're trying to raise $20,000 for the Palmer home. They help children in need, and it takes about $20,000 to feed a family, which they consider 8 children. So.
Yeah, they have different houses, and what it is, it's kids that are needy or vulnerable, and they need to be placed with temporary parents for a while instead of taking them to some state-ran home, orphanage type thing. This is more of a mom and dad home environment. They place them with them. Each mom and dad foster parent, I guess it would be, have 8 kids on the Palmer home campus,
and they help foster.
And they send them to school. They play little league sports. It's a great thing. The Palmer home does a great job with them. We try to support them because they're kind of here in our backyard, so we want to help them out as much as we can.
So if you can give. Go to howtobbqright.com/Palmer, PALMER.
Or for more info on Palmer home, go to palmerhome.org.
Yeah,
check them out. See what they're all about.
Speaking of the Barbecue Central,
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to pick up.
Speaking of, yeah, I will be on that show here next Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to talk about yet. I hadn't seen the email from Greg, but he usually has some good questions. And
Well, have y'all talked
last
about
time he ate the Reaper jerky while we were doing it. I actually brought some jerky in here today. I didn't bring the Reaper. I brought the Kung Pao cow, which is like a Asian teriyaki style. I don't even know if you can see that on camera, can you? Bam. And I bought the bacon jerky. And this is what I've been eating for breakfast. This one's the Get Along Little Hoggy. It's like a barbecue seasoning meets Wright's brand bacon meets
jerky?
jerky, a little bit of candy bacon, the candy bacon candy flavor too.
Yeah, that one's
So
one
it's
of our
smoky,
most popular.
smoky, slightly sweet bacon flavor, but it's jerky, and it's good on anything. You can eat it with eggs on toast.
So this one is brisket jerky,
Yeah, that's the
it's-
brisket jerky.
Kung Pao cow.
That was when I come up with that. I mean, I was trying to think of cool names, but I've got a bunch of different jerky recipes that I do, and I usually do it with deer meat or regular whatever beef I can find on sale. Well, I was looking for a company that could produce it and like package it, and so they said they could do a brisket because they'd done it before, and I was like, well, shoot, let me try it. And so you sent, it worked out, and I think it's really good. Now
It's very good.
I hadn't been to the plant to see if it's actual brisket, but whatever it is, it's super tender. I mean, it is super tender, but it's not cured either. It is a gourmet brisket beef jerky, naturally smoked.
I'm not sure if I like the brisket jerky better or the bacon jerky better.
Trying to make sure they got the stuff I said put in it. Yeah, it's got the allspice in it. I mean, some things, you add different flavors to make it, but I mean, all of them are going to have brown sugar, honey, meat, soy.
Yeah, if it's
But
sweet.
then you got to have the honey, the green onion, the ginger, the allspice. It's good stuff.
I've already had like 3 or 4 people say, why is Malcolm wearing a hat today?
You know why I'm wearing a hat today? Because we're going to a Kentucky Derby watch party Saturday, and I said I'm gonna break my hat in. I gotta wear it, see how it's gonna look. But I bought it's a Stetson fedora, man. There's nothing
It's
wrong with this
sharp.
hat. It's sharp. I like the look.
It
I might
fits you
wear it at
good.
Memphis Bay. I've got one of the little round Derby ones, but it made me look like I don't know, like some kind of old politician or something.
Poindexter-ish.
Yeah. I said,
You need
yeah.
a little bow tie that
That's
spins.
right. It's more like the Porky Pig hat.
Yeah.
This one's more, I don't know.
Distinguished.
Yeah, Humphrey Bogartish.
I like
Is that what you think of?
That's exactly what I think of.
me
I
in
look
this
at
hat?
you and I
All I
think,
need is a big cigar or something. I feel like, I need to go to Cuba or something. On the beach. I
Yeah.
might wear this to the beach.
I've always wanted to go to Cuba.
Yeah.
So we are going to a derby party. What are you wearing?
I've got some choices. I've got a sports coat. It's a little loud for me. It's kind of like a lavender with a print or something. It's got the little fancy.
We bought it
material.
especially for the.
Yeah, for the Derby.
Derby.
It ain't something I broke out of the closet to wear all the time. I've got some nice, khaki colored slacks or something, button up shirt. And I bought me some fresh Stacey Adams and a belt to match. And
But you're.
I got an outfit. I got
Yeah.
a hat.
You got it. You went
Yeah,
all out.
I
You got the
did.
whole derby
Yeah,
outfit.
I'm ready. I'm ready for some mint juleps. To bet on some horses. I gotta remember which one I'm gonna bet on.
How are you gonna bet?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go over to the dog track, put some bets down.
Go to West
I'm probably
Memphis.
gonna do that Saturday morning. I think the Derby thing starts at like 4,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess it'll run at like 5. It don't take it long. But
We're
then-
supposed to be there at what, 3?
yeah, but there's gonna be a band and it's gonna be drinks flowing and all that. So,
Oh yeah, it's a whole event.
but I gotta go place a bet. So I need to. If anybody's
you-
got any hot tips on a horse, send them my way.
Do you? Horse betting's always been a little confusing to me because you got to pick. Do you pick 3?
No, you can bet it however you want to. I'm no expert at it. I usually just
I thought you did a trifecta with a horse. all
you
the time.
can. I mean, you can do trifecta. You can bet on the win, place, show. You can pick 3 horses, and there's so many different bet combinations you can do.
I wanna-
I'm no expert at it. I just usually, that horse sounds like one. He's done pretty well. His odds are okay.
I just pick.
I
it by
do
the
like
name.
picking a long shot like the Derby or something because they pay so well.
Yeah. So I did a little looking up and decided to see what was derby food. Derby food. What would you serve at a derby party? You know what the first thing that popped up when I did a little research?
Some kind of dip.
Oh, mint juleps.
Oh, well, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
That's a, what would you say? To me, a mint julep's kind of like a bourbon mojito. Does it kind of remind you of that?
Yeah.
It's got, you got the mint. And you
It's
got
refreshing.
Yeah. It's usually sugar muddled in it, isn't it? Bourbon and sugar. And
Mint.
look it up. Yeah, mint and soda. Something like that. Club soda.
Club soda.
I've never really made them. I mean,
You got to have them in the copper cup.
no, it's like a meal cup, really?
I thought that's what it was.
I don't know about that.
I
I think so.
Yeah.
Is it?
I
You're
mean,
teaching me something there.
I thought
Liquor.com.
I
What
thought
is their classic recipe for the mint julep then?
it
I did see
is
Amazing Ribs posted on Facebook yesterday, like the best
mint julep recipe.
or something. Yeah.
This one calls for 8 mint leaves, a fourth of an ounce of simple syrup, 2 ounces of bourbon, mint, and then a little bitters. But that's
Yeah,
optional.
Get down on all that.
I know. So there is no syrup. I mean, not syrup. There is no soda.
Yeah.
In a mojito, you got the soda
So what's the is it just bourbon and simple syrup and ice
and mint.
and a few bitters, huh?
You muddle the mint in the simple syrup, add the bourbon, pack the glass, pack the glass with ice, and that's it.
It's easy enough right there.
Have you ever made a mint julep before?
I have. It was very different though. I was working at Longhorn. They have like a specified list of drinks and
Things
how
that
you have
go
to
with
make
them,
them, and
yeah.
it's not really even close to that.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, they did everything very different though. So
How did y'all make it?
it did have soda. Like
It did have
it was
soda.
very very close to a mojito basically. Just because they didn't want to buy any extra ingredients, so we could make a mojito out of it or a mint julep, but they tasted very similar.
Yeah, just one had bourbon, one had rum, or white rum.
Yep, pretty much.
I do like a dark rum mojito. Those are really good.
Yeah. But then there's the hot brown. Do you know
Kentucky
what a
hot brown. Is it it's like a sandwich, right? That they serve. Does it have gravy on it?
Yep. The hot it's a hot sandwich. It was originally created
turkey,
at
I
the
think.
Yeah, it is. It was originally created at the Brown Hotel in Louisville. It was created to serve as an alternative to ham and egg late night dinners. It's
Who
an
has a
open
ham and egg like that? Like a Waffle House they talk about?
Yeah. I guess they had a lot of people
Yeah.
needed to
Sober up after all them mint juleps and been out there all day raising hell, betting on horses. Needed to make something to soak up some of that alcohol. That's what it sounds like.
So they made an open faced sandwich of turkey breast, ham, and bacon covered in a creamy Mornay sauce and then baked or broiled until the bread is crisp and the sauce begins to brown.
Man, I can get down on that.
I know. I had one at the Brown Hotel in Louisville.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, we all went up there for a marathon. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yep. It was pretty good. It said, it compared it to Welsh rarebit. Do you remember we had a roommate that made Welsh
They
rarebit?
taught me how to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically toast with the cheese sauce. That's all it is.
He was a
I always
Lonnie.
thought he was saying Welsh rabbit.
I did too.
Oh, it's rabbit. That sounds like I don't have
It's
a
like,
good
why is
British
this
accent.
guy making rabbit all the
Yeah,
time?
why does he say it's rabbit? He don't even put no rabbit in there. He's making it. It's like a
Cheese toast.
Yeah, it's like a cheese. It's almost like a hollandaise or some kind of sauce.
Yeah.
You clarify some butter and you slowly mix in some eggs and you put some mustard in there. So it's like a sauce. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was good.
And then you put it over toast. I mean, at least that's how he made it. I don't know if that's a great way or not. I still use that sauce. I just use it for steaks and stuff like that. It's better.
than bread.
Yeah, than just toast.
They also have a Kentucky Benedictine spread. Pronounce that word for me.
Benedictine?
Benedictine.
Is that what you're trying to say? What is a Benedictine spread? Is it like a
It's-
pimento cheese?
No, it's a simple cucumber, cream cheese, and onion dip.
Oh, that's like those little. I call
A
them.
crudité.
No, I call them. Those little cucumber sandwiches that you get at little
Yeah, but this is
baby showers and things
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
That's what that reminds me of.
yeah. But this is actually, I'm guessing that they,
Serve it with vegetables and dip.
yeah,
it in
it's
it.
a dip made of cucumbers.
Yeah,
You don't slice them and put it on
Yeah.
sandwiches.
I don't know about that.
Fried chicken.
You can't go wrong. You think they're serving like KFC fried chicken,
I don't know.
the Kentucky Colonel?
Do you have a good fried chicken recipe?
No. It's to me. I mean, we didn't fry chicken. Like if we fried chicken, it was hot wings or something like that. But like my granny didn't fry chicken. They would always go buy fried chicken. You
Yeah.
could buy it cheap enough,
And it's
pretty good. I mean, frying. There ain't nothing wrong with some fried chicken if you want to take the time. But man, they use those pressure fryers at chicken restaurants. They get it done. It's perfectly cooked. It's you ain't got to deal with all that oil and everything.
if you've ever fried chicken.
I've had homemade fried chicken, and most people can't do it.
I know.
It ain't near as good. It doesn't get crispy. It's all caked on, battered up. Just give me
and it makes a
some
mess.
Popeyes
It makes a mess trying to fry your own fried
or some
chicken.
Gus's.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't beat. You're not going to cook as good as fried chicken as Gus is going to cook at home. You ain't going to do it.
I agree.
I can cook as good a steak as a steak restaurant. I can make some crawfish. I can do some seafood. But fried chicken, no. I can fry catfish better in a restaurant, but I can't fry chicken better in a restaurant.
Do you think it's the pressure cooker?
I don't know what it is. I mean, it's probably has a lot to do with what you're using to cook it. I mean, if you just got an old cast iron pot on the stove trying to fry chicken, you ain't really got enough room, space. Now, I hadn't tried to fry chicken in my fish cooker.
Like where you drop?
Yeah. I could probably pull some decent chicken off in that. But the way you see most people do it, or home style, they fry it it's not a super deep Dutch oven, but it's just like a deeper iron skillet, and they put it in there and they simmer it down. It gets
And you have to flip it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not the skin on it, the crust on it don't get near as good as when they deep fried at chicken restaurants and stuff. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of home style fried chicken.
I'm with you. I've tried it before. I was going to impress you one time.
Do some homemade fried chicken, yeah, it's not that good.
You cut it open, it was still bloody on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
inside. I was like, we're just going to get KFC from now on.
I'm not a big fan of KFC.
I like KFC.
Me
You give-
neither.
Yeah.
Really?
You give me some Popeyes or
Popeyes
some
is good.
Gus's or some Bojangles. That's some good fried chicken.
KFC's,
Who's got the best fried chicken you ever had?
oh, that's tough. Mama Hamil's.
Is that the best to you? Mama Hamil's is good, but it's still.
Mama Hamil's is a buffet restaurant. It's not a chain. It's in Jackson, Mississippi, actually Madison, Mississippi, but
It's
just a
good.
country buffet.
They do barbecue too.
Yeah, they
but
do.
it's
do
not as
barbecue.
good as Popeyes.
Popeyes is good.
Popeyes is like the standard. You got to get up there.
Gus's would be up there too.
Yeah, Gus
It's
is
best
definitely up there. Best you
chicken.
ever had.
Yeah.
I've never had Hattie B's in Nashville. That Nashville hot
Absolutely delicious.
chicken.
Really?
Have you had it?
It's yes.
Yeah.
There's that one up here in Memphis now too.
That's right. They did. It.
Oh,
It's
when
over,
did they open that?
I think it's over by Half Shell.
A few
somewhere,
years
isn't it?
ago. Yeah, it was. It's not. I will say it's not as good as the one in Nashville, but it is still really, really good.
We need to go. We need a lunch trip there.
Yes.
Everybody run up there. We eat lunch at
Yeah.
Hattie B's.
Well, it's like the Gus's in South Haven isn't as good as the
Yeah.
Gus's downtown to
Mhm.
me.
Now there's one in Jackson that always. What's the other one? Two Sisters. They do that's a good one. It does a good fried chicken. It's more the. It's not as good as Popeyes, but it's good. And then the one that always wins the best in Jackson is like the Julep, or what's the name of
They
that
closed
place?
that place.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I had their fried chicken. It wasn't the best I ever had. said
They
it was the
put a
best in Jackson.
rosemary honey on top,
Yeah.
and I never
Trying to
liked
chef
that.
up some fried chicken. Just fry it good. Light crust. I don't want the super thick. But you're not trying to make country fried steak. That's when I think of like home style grandma fried chicken. It's always got that thick batter like a country fried steak that wants to flake off. It doesn't really get super crispy. I don't want my chicken to be
When you bite in it, the
lightly
crust
battered,
is- yeah.
and it's all crunchy and got all the crevices and all that, and it's super crispy. I guess KFC calls it the original recipe or something. And then I'm not a fan. I'm the extra crispy man.
Yeah, I think.
I don't even know if they still do that. I guess they do.
I don't know.
They always had
couldn't
two
tell you.
styles of chickens. I'm a fried chicken connoisseur. Think I'm not. I love fried chicken. It's like probably one of my favorite things. I mean, chicken wings. If you give me my choice, I'm gonna go wings.
Yeah.
The fried chicken's up there. We had it every Sunday usually. I mean, typically we had fried chicken a lot at my house. My
That
mom
is
usually
kind of
picked it
a-
up. She would make the sides and go pick up the chicken.
Yeah.
So that's what that's when I started with me and you, and I'd ask you if you want to get fried chicken on Sundays. That's what. So you got to make some sides. I'll go get the chicken.
Fried green tomatoes. That was then another thing.
Oh, I didn't know that's a. See, I wouldn't think
It's
of it
very
in
southern.
May. I mean, I guess most people just got their gardens in a month ago.
That's true.
So, or not even that. I mean, you wait till after Easter to put your tomatoes in. How do they get tomatoes in Kentucky this early? It's got to be colder there. I ain't buying that. Someone made that up.
It sounded good to me. I put it on the list.
If it
do
was
you
like
have a
Memorial Day, I could see them maybe
Yeah.
having some green tomatoes.
Do you have a recipe for fried green tomatoes? Do you?
There ain't nothing. I mean, nothing to it. Do a little flour, little egg wash,
Breadcrumbs.
little
Breadcrumbs, cornmeal mix.
yeah, a little cornmeal flour mix, something like that.
That's what I like to do. I'd like
Pan
to
fry them.
Yeah.
But
Flour
like
first?
some of them, you know, what makes the fried green tomatoes so good is the comeback dressing.
I said,
And you
gotta
can't
have
nobody.
that.
I mean, your comeback dressing, man, that's some jam up stuff.
you can get by with a good ranch, but a comeback is the
Comeback's
best.
what makes it.
Yep.
Yeah. Have you ever had comeback dressing?
I have.
You know
It's
anything about it?
Delicious.
Homemade or like out of a bottle?
Well, I've had a restaurant comeback ranch, which
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming they made, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Certain.
Probably so. It's like real
I've-
comeback is like chili sauce. It's got to have the
Mhm.
chili sauce in it. It's got to have the pickle relish in it. It's got to have all the good stuff to make it. It can't just be like kick doctored up ranch.
It's like a tartar sauce that has got a chili.
Yeah.
It's
Would you say tartar sauce or more like a remoulade without the Cajun seasoning?
probably a remoulade.
It's kind of like a
Yeah.
remoulade with soul seasoning instead of Cajun seasoning.
Yeah.
So it don't have the
That's a very good
thyme and
point. Yeah.
the cayenne. You know, it's kind of seasoned.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good on fried foods, like
Oh yeah,
fried onions.
okra. Man,
And I've never had one out of a bottle that was worth
onion rings.
anything.
No, they can't make it. Homemade's the way to go. It does have a little Worcestershire in it too. Usually, you put ketchup in it too, or is it just chili sauce?
I just
Like
use
Heinz
chili sauce. Heinz chili
Yeah.
sauce. What's the difference between a chili sauce and a ketchup?
I don't know. Honestly, don't. They made. I mean, Heinz. You think of the Heinz ketchup's like the gold standard, but then the chili sauce is like. I guess it's made with chilies. Why would they call it that?
I don't know.
It's got to have some ketchup in it, some tomato. It's got a tomato element to it, but I don't know what makes it. When you think of Heinz, which 3 products do you think of? The chili sauce.
Somebody says that ketchup contains onion and garlic, but chili sauce contains dehydrated onions.
So it's basically a ketchup. Then they've got the 57
It's basically a
sauce.
spicy ketchup.
Yeah.
The next one was buttermilk biscuits, and I know you got a
Oh,
good
yeah.
recipe for that.
Yeah. My mama taught me to make buttermilk biscuits a long time ago.
So how do you make yours?
And I just need some flour, a little bit of flour, pinch salt, pinch sugar, cut in some fat. Usually I use either my mom uses vegetable oil or peanut oil, but sometimes I like to use butter. Like I'll put a stick of butter in the freezer, grate it with a box grater, and then cut it into the flour to where it's kind of crumbly. Start adding your buttermilk till you get the right consistency. Stir it up, turn it into dough. Don't work it too much. The whole secret to make a good tender biscuit is not to overwork it. You just stir it enough whoops with a big old spoon to get it to come together. And as soon as it comes together, I'll turn it out, floured surface, add a little bit extra flour, work it, knead it just a little bit, and then just start cutting it out with a little biscuit cutter. My mom does drop biscuits all the time, just like
Yeah.
a quick version of that. She just stirs it together in a bowl and takes a spoon, drops them in a old 10-inch iron skillet with a little hole in it.
Those are good, but I prefer the ones that you cut out.
I think they make a prettier biscuit.
They
Drop
do.
biscuits kind of ugly and kind
And
of
it
get
gets hard on
crumbly.
top.
Yeah, but when you cut them out, I put them in. So I put my oil in the iron skillet. Usually warm it up a little bit. And I'll put the biscuit in there and then flip it over, where it's got oil on both sides, and that'll make it brown. And then right before they get done, I'll come back and brush them with some melted butter on top too. Man, they're so good. I got some biscuits down. You ain't gonna mess with my biscuit game.
Oh no, during quarantine, it was like, you were looking for
Biscuits.
stuff to do, and you started working on your biscuit game.
Oh yeah, my biscuit game's strong. I ain't gonna lie.
It was hard.
Whoop up some biscuits. I mean, I can do much, but I can make a pan of biscuits and a pound of cornbread.
Ham. You got to have a ham,
Yeah,
especially if you glaze it with some Kentucky bourbon.
man, we should have done that
Yeah.
for a YouTube video this week.
You've got a bunch of
Kentucky,
ham
yeah.
recipes, and you have one with a bourbon.
Oh, do I have bourbon glazed ham?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I probably do. Oh yeah, I think it was a Compart ham that I did back in the day with it was like a praline pecan bourbon praline pecan ham. That one was a carving ham that I got from them. I don't know if it was from Compart or not, but it was a carving ham. And man, that was a great ham. So it didn't have a bone in it, and it was kind of like a big giant brisket, flat or point, where you could just slice it, but it's ham. And I highly suggest those.
It was very good.
I think Compart had one. I know Smithfield used to sell them. They are fantastic.
It doesn't even look like a ham. It almost looks like a turkey breast, the size and
Yeah,
shape
the way
that
they did it. It's like they didn't jet net it, or they didn't try to shape it too much. It's like one of the natural sides of ham. They just kind of cut it on that one side of the bone, so it falls off at one piece.
You actually use Woodford in that recipe.
Yeah,
Which is Kentucky.
man, that was.
Yeah.
Did I do that? I've had to have done that around the Derby, probably. Maybe.
I can tell you when you did it. It was in our old house.
Woodford makes a fine drink.
It was 2016, but it was March
Wow.
24th, 2016.
Yeah, that was before
Close.
Easter then. That year, probably.
Deviled eggs.
Yes. Yes. Deviled egg. Is that a Derby food? I didn't know that.
That's what it's,
We were going to have a deviled egg contest here. I got a good deviled egg game, too, now.
I got a good deviled
Yeah.
egg game.
Tyler, you were wanting to get in on deviled eggs, too.
I
You
was
was
so
going to
excited.
deep fry yours, weren't you?
No, he was going to make some kind of,
I told everybody a lot of different things to
Yeah.
what I was going to do. But I'm still looking forward to it. We're going to do it one day.
yeah, we are. We got to do that deviled egg contest.
The key to deviled eggs to me is don't get them too runny.
You can't, that's what ruins them.
Yeah.
First, you got to
Okay.
boil them right. You got to make sure.
So
That-
tell me your egg boiling method, because this is important. This is
I start with cold water and eggs, and then I put it on stove, and then I bring it up. And when I first see it start boiling, I take it off the heat and I set a timer. That's how I do them.
I put a lid on it and set a timer.
Yeah, and then 10 minutes?
10 to 12.
That's the perfect hard boiled stage, and you won't get that. Your yolk won't turn green around the outside. A lot of people put it in there and they get it boiling too hard or whatever. You got to start them out with cold water.
Why do you start them out with cold water? What's the point of
I
that?
guess it don't cause that chemical reaction, that gas in them, or something to build up, or is what I've heard. It's something like
Oh,
that.
really?
Stopping the egg from cracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it might be so it changes temperature gradually.
Yeah.
Because if you dropped a cold egg into a hot boiling water, that's a big temperature change.
Yeah.
If you put a cold egg in cold water and started bringing it up,
That's how I do it, though. It don't take long.
yeah, it always gives you the perfect.
Perfect, real bright yellow, vibrant, and the eggs peel really easy. Then I just run them under cold water, shock them, and then just kind of peel them under the water, get the shell off.
I've tried putting vinegar in my
To make them peel a little.
Yeah.
Did it work?
It did. I haven't tested it enough
Like a
to
splash of vinegar? Just,
like a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. The time I did it, it worked really well, but I hadn't done it since then to keep testing the hypothesis. Does it work?
let's boil some eggs this weekend then. I can get down on some deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Now. I like them, man. When you get them topped with the fried oyster and they got a little, remoulade over that oyster, or standard old deviled egg is.
You're talking super duper.
Standard old deviled egg is just egg yolks, pickle relish, mayonnaise, little mustard, maybe some
Seasoning.
diced jalapenos, some seasonings.
Yep.
Pipe it back or spoon it back into the half an egg, and then top it with jalapeno, pickled jalapeno is what I like.
Or bacon.
Bacon's good too.
I like to do
Yeah,
bacon
yeah.
crumbles sometimes.
I'm just talking like textbook jalapeno, and then sprinkle it with a little bit of barbecue rub. That's how I do it.
That's how you do them.
That's
No
my
paprika.
barbecued- Nope, I use my barbecue rub.
Well,
I think
there's a lot of.
recipe on that,
Yeah, you do.
but you have to watch. Like, if you put too much mayo or too much mustard, or don't strain your pickle relish. Like, I like to put my pickle relish through a wire strainer, and then take a wooden spoon, stir it all around, get all the moisture out of it you can, because it'll make those the filling runny.
Yeah.
And that's what you're talking about. If it's soupy,
Yeah,
you don't
it
want
doesn't
that.
look good.
Yeah.
I always mix everything together first, and then I slowly add in my mayonnaise as my last ingredient, because the mayonnaise will get
So
you.
start it dry and try to keep it on the dry side.
Yeah, and then once you get it,
Yeah.
your seasonings and your relish and everything all mixed in, then you slowly add a little mayonnaise till you get the consistency.
Have you seen the ones where they take all their eggs, they kind of beat them up like scrambled eggs, and then they bake them, and it turns it into like this one like little egg block, and they cut them out in squares, And then
Do you scramble them? You open them and scramble them?
That's kind of how they did it.
And then you bake 'em?
It was like in a casserole dish, and it turns it out, cut them in squares.
You could come back with your buttermilk cutter, your biscuit cutter.
Cut them in rounds.
Cut them in rounds.
You could.
What'd they do with them after they cut them into squares?
Put some of the piping on top. It just looked like a little fancy, frou-frued up way to do deviled eggs.
Oh.
You seen it, Tyler? Have you seen it?
Yes.
You had them?
No, I've never had them, but I have seen them on TikTok.
Yeah. That's where I saw people do it on TikTok.
I like that idea.
I don't know. I just like the traditional half an egg. I always boil extra because I'll take the whites without the yellow, put TX all over them, and fill the little well up with hot sauce. That's good, so good. Have a Miller Lite on hand to go with that. Man, you can knock out a half dozen eggs. No.
Why does eggs and beer go together?
I don't know. It's just something that's supposed to go together.
Burgoo, Kentucky burgoo.
That's burgoo's kind of Kentucky's version of
Gumbo, kind of.
Kind of a gumbo. It's a stew. I was thinking more like Brunswick stew. You know how they got Brunswick stew over in Georgia and South Carolina? They
was burgoo as like runny as a Brunswick stew? Because a Brunswick stew is very
Brunswick. I've had Brunswick to where it's soupy, and I've had it to where it's like a stew.
Soupy. Yeah.
But to me, it's more of like it's a meat soup. It should. I mean, I've never had an actual Kentucky burgoo. I just know what it is. But that's what it is. They use mutton in it.
This says traditional long simmered.
Probably put possum, raccoon, whatever.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
it's
that's what Brunswick stew is. The first Brunswick stew recipe I ever got.
That's what gumbo is.
Come from my neighbor who was grandma. He was from Georgia. And his grandma's Brunswick stew. He had it in this old cookbook. It's like handwritten, and it was like, you need 3 rabbits and 3 yard chickens, and you got to have so much coon meat. And it's like, man, can we just substitute like chicken, barbecue, pulled pork, maybe some brisket? I'm not putting rabbits and stuff. I gotta go catch 3 rabbits.
It's a couple yard chickens.
Yeah, a couple yard chickens.
Pluck them real good.
Some coon meat. You need 1 healthy coon, boar coon. Preferably 4 to the 8 pound range. I don't know about that. But yeah, read me the burgoo. So what's in the burgoo?
Traditional long simmered Kentucky stew with a variety of meats and vegetables. Beef and chicken mingle in the pot, along with potatoes, onions, cabbage, tomatoes, carrots, corn, okra, butter beans, and bell pepper.
That sounds like
it sounds like
Brunswick.
Brunswick, yeah.
You had barbecue sauce and ketchup. Does that have barbecue sauce and ketchup in it?
I bet some of them do.
I bet it does. They have corn in it?
Yeah, corn.
Yeah.
Okra, carrots.
I would eat it. I mean, I think it sounds
try
good.
it. Yeah.
I love stew.
Yeah, I love Brunswick.
We had that. We had something like that every week. That's what they call cleaning out the fridge. It could be everything in it. There might be macaroni and cheese in there, spaghetti. You're gonna have the whatever was left over in the fridge turned into
goulash.
Stew.
That's what my mom
goulash.
called it. Goulash.
Yeah, we call it.
I hated it.
I think my mom just called it vegetable soup. But it was. It might have pot roast. It might. You never know what's gonna be in there.
Yeah. It always tasted okay.
They had it doctored up. And then you had that until it was gone. So that's why I don't like leftovers.
So there's
It always turned into some kind of soup that you had to eat on another week.
Is that why you hate leftovers?
I hate having to rehash them.
There's also a Kentucky Derby chocolate walnut pie. It was invented at the Melrose Inn in Prospect, Kentucky, and it's been a tradition of the race for 70 years.
Never had a walnut pie.
I know. I've had a bourbon chocolate pie.
Yeah, or bourbon pecan, pecan pie.
Or just
So how do they do? Is they put walnuts? Is it a lot like making a pecan pie?
It's a lot like it. In the picture, it looked a lot like a pecan pie.
My problem with walnuts is they're bitter.
I know. I don't like walnuts at all. You want me to pull it up?
I imagine it's butter, sugar, walnuts, and
it looks a lot like
some eggs, and then mix it all up and pour it in a pie crust.
It looks like a chocolate pecan.
Yeah.
I'd try it though. To me, when I think about dessert, like a Kentucky Derby type dessert, bread pudding with a whiskey sauce, to me,
that would be one. Yeah. Definitely. Man, I did so. Was it last week on TikTok, Tyler, when I did the strawberry thing? We hadn't released it yet.
Hadn't released it.
But it was like, it ended up turning into a bread pudding. I didn't mean for it to. I didn't know what it was going to be like. It was one of these dump things that I do. So I've been, the first one was like
You did a
cinnamon roll first?
No, you did a Jack Daniel's pecan cobbler.
Yeah, it was kind of like a dump cobbler.
Yes.
So this was kind of like a dump cake, but I put these strawberry cinnamon rolls in the bottom of the casserole dish, and then I poured in like half sweetened condensed milk and evaporated milk. Then I put in like a whole cake mix. No, I put in strawberry pie filling. Then I put in like this whole white, just a classic white cake mix, Betty Crocker style. And then put 2 sticks of butter cut thin all over the top. Didn't mix nothing. You just kind of layer it in there. And then, man, it started cooking and bubbling, and it was supposed to come out like popover style. I was like, God, this is going to be a train wreck. And then you take it out because you don't want it to cook it to where it's hard. You got to cook it to where it's soft, where it sits. And so when you tried it, to me, it was just like a strawberry bread pudding or something. It was like, It wasn't the prettiest thing, but man, I drizzled it back over this cream cheese icing strawberry cream cheese icing that came with those cinnamon rolls. I was like, dang, this is good.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
If you would have had like, instead of using a strawberry pie filling, used like
some real strawberries or something laid in there.
That would have been.
That's what it worked.
So
I could turn that into a I've never seen a strawberry bread pudding, but that's an easy way to do one.
Yeah, it is.
Work on that.
But you did the Jack Daniel's cobbler, and you did a white chocolate whiskey sauce.
That was that's good stuff.
So
it's like I had to Chris, one of my Traeger reps, called me and said, "Man, will y'all share that white chocolate that whiskey sauce recipe?" I was like, "Yeah, we'll share it.
I think it's already on the
out
website.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, it is butter.
Did you send it to him?
Butter and whiskey. So you take some butter, put it in a saucepan, start melting it, add a good shot of Jack Daniel's or whatever whiskey you want. Then you just cook it till the butter starts to brown, the whiskey cooks off. You add some heavy cream to that, take it off the heat, just let it come to a slow simmer. You don't want it boiling.
Well, I'll let my cream get warm.
Yeah, and once that's bubbling, you take it off the heat and add like a whole bag of white chocolate chips a little at a time until it melts into a sauce. Then you put a little pinch of salt in at the end.
And I put a little pinch of cayenne. Not enough that you know it's hot.
So just
but it leaves it almost like leaves a little lingering on the back of your tongue, you know?
Yeah.
And
it can't be good for you.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good for you. It makes you so happy.
Yeah, you could probably put that over biscuits and it'd be good.
You could do anything with it.
Bourbon biscuits.
It's I love a good bread pudding, especially when you got a good sauce on it.
That's what we call white chocolate gravy. You know how they have chocolate gravy? Yeah, it would be good on biscuits.
I would try it.
I promise.
Why? So mutton. Why have you never cooked a mutton recipe?
Because I really don't like lamb. I sure don't want to eat some old sheep.
Is that what mutton is?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you. What's the difference?
That's what it is, ain't it?
What's the difference between a mutton and a lamb?
It's old.
So how do they serve it? Is it like falling apart, or is it like?
I think they chop it up, like cook it till it's all falling apart.
Do you make like a sandwich?
Yeah. I'm sure you've ate a bunch of it. Didn't know it.
Yeah, but we call it sheep.
Eat them old sheep. Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's good.
As far as I know, it is. I don't get my particulars, but I'm pretty sure mutton is an old sheep.
Yeah.
Mutton is meat from a sheep over 2 years old and has less tender flesh.
That's right. See, it's old.
So they just.
I don't know what the life expectancy of a sheep is, but it sounds to me like they kill them past their prime and eating them. Or maybe that is their prime. I don't know. But lamb is, bad. And there's some lamb I can eat, but sometimes it's just, I don't know, if it's not gamey, it just has a weird.
It has
I love deer.
Unique flavor.
I love, venison.
Yeah.
But the lamb has its own little.
I know.
I've had some good lamb, but I've never had any that just like.
Either you like that lamb flavor or you don't, is what I've noticed. Are you a lamb?
I do love lamb.
I do.
Yeah. Like lamb, like a good lamb chop and stuff. I can't.
I've got
especially when it's
rare.
rare.
I need to cook for y'all.
Yeah, we ate a lot of it. It was just called sheep.
Yeah.
What do y'all eat?
Sheep. We eat sheep and we eat goat. Now I've had goat, and goat's not bad. I prefer.
Yeah, I prefer goat's okay.
Beef
It's
or
just
venison.
yeah. It's
Just
like
goat.
a more
I've
dry
had goat
venison.
head, like a curry goat head before at that Vietnamese restaurant. And was it Ton Dinh?
Yeah.
Outside of New Orleans. Battery, but man, it was pretty good actually. Had the eyeballs still in it and everything. Just goat heads cooked down in the curry sauce.
But you ate it over rice or something. Like you pulled out. It was like family style.
That's right. got you
Yeah.
some of it and some rice and ate it with chopsticks.
Yeah. I used to hate curry, but now that I'm older, I guess I
found a new place
appreciate it.
down in Como. Man, the Thai Hut. If you ain't been to the Thai Hut, I went last Tuesday. You ever been to Thai Hut?
No, but I keep meaning to
Man,
go.
you've got to go. I've got to take you to the Thai Hut. You'd love it. They had these spring rolls and pot stickers, and then they had the tom kha soup. And
What'd you end up getting?
I ended up
Shrimp
getting
pad
a
thai?
shrimp pad thai. We did, but they've got a curry Mahi dish that I want to try. It's like one of their signature dishes. I'm waiting on
Ooh.
that to go back and try it with you.
Everybody raves about their pineapple fried rice.
That was one thing. We did try that. We got like that for the table. It was pretty good. It's like we got all vegetables instead of meat in that one, so it was kind of vegetarian. But it was really good. It was real fresh. Like everything there had fresh ingredients. Like the pineapple, was, tasted fantastic, and then the carrots and the basil and all the stuff they used was just super fresh.
That's why I like Thai food, because it has that fresh, intense.
It's not complicated by any means. It's just the basic ingredients they use: rice and rice noodles and things like that. Their sauces they make, so that's what's good.
I know. I love it.
And that soup, I love tom kha soup. It's like a coconut milk soup. I get it with shrimp.
It's good. So we have Malcolm and May coming up
That starts
Saturday.
with the Derby.
So what
in
is
rare
Malcolm
form.
and May?
It's a
You
month
don't
long.
know.
It's where I take the month of May and celebrate barbecue.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's my month long celebration of barbecue.
That's perfect.
That's what Malcolm and May is. It's not about celebrating me. It's about me celebrating barbecue.
yeah.
If you want to celebrate with me, it could be whatever your name is in May. You can do Shell May.
It didn't have the same ring.
It doesn't have the same ring.
Well,
That's what it is, though. It's May is National Barbecue Month.
it is.
We were doing Memphis in May, and I said, man, what if they don't have it? I said, let's just say Malcolm in May, and we're going to celebrate barbecue. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to share a lot of the, my favorite recipes that we've done. So we got some plans, Tyler. We're going to start releasing some stuff and
Soon as Saturday.
bringing up some old ones and have a recipe of the day. And we're going to be dropping some new stuff. I did a brisket burn-in video last week with Fergalicious. That'll be dropping in May probably.
Mhm.
And
Last weekend.
I got
last
one with
week in
Jay
May.
Durbin's.
That's
Memphis
coming
in
this
May
week.
World recipes coming this week.
Did you see his pork belly taco recipe?
I don't think so.
Jay Durbin.
Does it look good?
He just dropped it.
Oh no, I gotta watch that then.
Making it Mojo on
The last
YouTube.
one he did was awesome. Did you see it?
What, the ribs and waffles?
Yeah, the ribs and waffle. Me and him had talked about that, ways to do that, use that sausage season. I said, you ought to do a ribs and waffle. Everybody does chicken and waffles, and man, he did.
Did he use the sausage season?
Yeah. That was in the season of the ribs. So it was like a breakfast style recipe. But then he also he had some leftover waffle batter. So he took one of those ribs that he cooked, put it on, just took the bone and all, dipped it in the waffle batter and then deep fried it. So it was like a pronto rib. If you can imagine what a
Did he try it on
pronto
camera?
pup or corn dog looks
Yeah.
like. Yeah, I think he did. He said that was the best thing. He said it was better than chicken and waffles. He said, man, I don't even know how I thought of doing that, but he just did. So I will be doing that too.
Waffle deep fried.
You're going to see
ribs.
that. You're going to see that at fairs and stuff this year. I bet
yeah.
somebody's going to take that. They're going to have a whole thing made out of that. If you thought the deep fried Oreo was good, wait till you fry a rib like that.
Imagine the cost of. It might not be real rib.
They'd probably get $10 for one rib
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Can you
I
imagine
bet.
that? So it's better. So if you had $15 in the rack of ribs,
I mean, I think
You're
you
gonna
pay
get-
8 to 10 for a couple of those little Oreos.
probably so. But man, one rib bone for deep fried like that, if you got $8 to $10 for it, and it was good. I mean, you got it's
Do you have a dipping sauce? with it?
$100 in that rack of ribs.
Do you?
Profit. I mean, you can make some money on that.
Do you?
You could.
Do you have a sauce?
You could do
sell it?
barbecue sauce. You could do a mustard sauce on it. A mustard sauce would be really
That would be
on it.
good. What about a white barbecue sauce?
I don't know how that'd be.
The vinegar.
Who
Too
likes
much
mayonnaise on their corn dogs? I know you do. You set yourself up for that one. So yeah, you probably would like blue plate on a deep fried rib. Oh,
Well, we did a
man.
miniature taste test.
I found your thing. I found your next. a snack, or I don't know what you want to call it, on Facebook last night. I was scrolling through there and about threw up. It was like, I think it was a Blue Plate post. Somehow, I guess we've been talking about them. Facebook listens to everything we do, so now they're always suggesting like Blue Plate and different mayonnaise people. I'm like,
Really?
yeah, so they put this post on there, and I should have shared it. But it was like 2 pieces of just loaf bread and had mayonnaise smeared all over it, and then they took banana slices and put all over it. I said, if you didn't go and mess up 2 good things, I mean, I could get down, mayonnaise on a ham sandwich, a turkey sandwich, something like that.
Tomato
Slice up bananas and make a banana-naise sandwich.
That's a thing.
Would you
though.
eat that?
I don't
There's
think
no
I would,
way.
no.
I wouldn't eat that.
There's no way that's a thing. Bananas and mayonnaise.
Yes.
Banana-naise. Is that what you would call it? So once they could just go ahead and put that flavor in there, and you can just smear it on the bread.
Ooh, you could go ahead and mush up your bananas.
See, I grew up eating banana and peanut butter sandwiches. It's one of the finer things. Like, it was Elvis Presley's favorite sandwich.
Yeah, but
And it's great. Bananas and peanut butter, they go together. I will argue that.
did you grill it like he does? Like
My dad did sometimes. Most of the time, we would whip it up.
Yeah.
Take a banana, put you a tablespoon of peanut butter. It's usually Jif or Skippy or something like that.
You and
mash
Michael
it up,
still make them.
put it on a sandwich. Banana peanut butter sandwich. Does never cross my mind to put mayonnaise in there somewhere. Omit the peanut butter and add mayonnaise.
That's a waste of good mayonnaise.
You screwed up 2 things. Yeah, you screwed up mayonnaise and you screwed up a banana
And a sandwich.
and a sandwich. You messed it all up. That is just disgusting. It's disgusting. And
I
saw
will
it.
even agree that is disgusting.
So would you try it? That was the
No.
thing. I was gonna.
I
We
like
got
a
some
banana.
bananas and some. I don't know if we got any bread here, but we've got the banana and the mayo back there in the kitchen.
I could just dip it.
Oh, don't do that. I couldn't watch.
Just
That's
peel
worse.
it a
I
little
don't know
bit.
I would eat a whole pig's foot before I'd ever think about eating a banana.
No, you
sandwich.
wouldn't.
And I tried that pig's foot we had. It was disgusting.
Have we talked about the pig's foot?
I don't know if we
No.
talked on the podcast.
No.
We didn't do it on camera. It was.
We're going to.
Yeah.
It was too chewy. It wasn't the flavor that got me. It was the texture.
Yeah,
Of
it
the
was not
pig's
good.
foot.
Oh, I think you ate like
I got the
around
hide.
the toe or something. I actually got some of the meat, and I didn't want to like.
Was it?
It was like pickled ham,
Yeah.
rubber band,
Yeah.
kind of calamari-ish. I don't know. It was real weird. It was real weird. It was like, it's not something I could see. Like, why would you buy these?
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
was like, who would want to eat?
Who was telling us that some people stick peppermint sticks down in it
and suck the juice out of them? Yeah. I was like, oh God, that's horrible.
You think I'm gross?
Yeah.
So
Ooh, that's a would you rather? Would you rather eat a banana and mayonnaise sandwich
or
suck the juice out of a pickled pig foot?
I'm going banana mayo.
Banana mayo, absolutely.
Go banana mayo.
all the way.
Can you toast that at least? Toast the banana mayo or something?
Get that mayonnaise getting hot.
If you put it on the outside, no, I could see that maybe. So put the mayonnaise on the outside of the bread, and then put the banana slices in the middle, and then toast the
I
outside.
don't have anything to keep it all together.
You could sprinkle brown sugar over the bananas.
Yeah.
And make it kind of.
People make like banana or like mayonnaise like based cakes, so I could see how that
Yeah,
could work
it's
out.
just an
Or put,
oil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because it's eggs and oil, right?
Yeah.
That's all mayonnaise is. A little salt and a little vinegar. It's about all the mayo is.
Yeah.
But so it breaks down. And I've had a chocolate cake made with mayo, and it's pretty good. I mean, it has you get a little bit of the, I guess, the acidic flavor from the vinegar,
Mhm.
and that's about it. You would never know it was mayonnaise other than that. But I've heard of people make cake icing with mayo. Have you heard of that?
Ugh. That's a
Oh,
little,
yeah.
that's a step too far.
I mean, I didn't say it was good. That's why they did it.
Cinco de Mayo is Wednesday.
Oh, it's
Cinco de Mayo.
yeah.
We're also calling that one Cinco de Malcolm.
Cinco de Gringo.
I can do this all day.
Just come up with
Anything.
names.
Yeah.
Day Malcolm or anything Malcolm.
Anything, Mal.
Yeah, no. Ooh, I was gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do for Cinco de Mayo. Probably gonna go. Oh, we're having a margarita contest here at the office.
Yes, we got a cool trophy.
Yep, got a trophy. We're gonna cook some. I think I saw some skirt steak in there that I'm gonna thaw out. We're gonna do some chicken, probably some marinated chicken thighs, and do like taco bar here at the office. And we got some people coming in to judge our margarita contest. I'll probably do something on TikTok for it. I didn't do a YouTube video for.
I was sick.
Yeah, you were out, so I didn't get to. We didn't get to record. I was going to do some Gringo wings.
Yeah.
Grande Gringo.
We still had that on the
wings.
list to do this week and release Monday.
And then Tyler said people have been asking for like a tacos al pastor.
Yes.
So I was going to try to do that, but the rain's got us. I was going to film those today. I went and got the stuff to do a few. I was going to do like a michelada. I'm looking forward to that. I'm still going to do that. And then I was going to do a chorizo queso.
What was the
recipe? If I don't do those, I'm still going to do them. It won't be out before Cinco de Mayo.
When you say tacos al pastor, what is that?
So you basically make a marinade for pork. So you take I'll take a pork butt and cut it in slices. You want them, not like thick like a pork steak, but not super paper thin.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit smaller than a pork steak.
Are you going to slice these yourself or put it on a slicer?
No, I'll just slice it up. And, basically, most of the time it says you need about 2 pounds. That's what most recipes call for. I was just going to take one, debone it, and just cut it up into chunks and then marinate it. And you just make a marinade with like some pineapple juice, and you take some guajillo peppers and boil them a little bit, get them softened up, the dried peppers, and you just add a bunch of stuff to the blender and blend all that with some of that hot water and some vinegar and kind of turn it into a marinade and then marinate that pork slices in it. And I was going to, since
like
I don't
a long time, overnight?
At least 2 or 3 hours, but overnight would be awesome. Once you get it all seasoned up and marinated, you most of the time they skewer it on like it's almost like a Mexican gyro.
Yeah.
How you see them do it.
Yeah.
They cook it on these vertical roasters. Well, I was going to hang it in my drum. So I was going to take I've got one of these, it's like a vertical skewer. I was going to take bottom part of a pineapple. As the base. I was going to stick that through it, and that was going to be my base, and I was just going to start stacking that pork with layers of pineapple and then some onion and then more pork, just build it up and then hang it on there and kind of rotate it around on the drum for about an hour and a half, 2 hours till it's done. And you take it off and slice it up and make some tacos.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
The pineapple and the onion get sliced up in the meat.
Yeah, in the meat with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have a top that you put on it? You say you're going to use pineapple bottom.
No, you don't have to.
You don't have to. You just
could put a piece of. You could finish off with a piece of pineapple or onion or whatever on top. But then you take it and stand it up and just slice it from the outside, all into little strips, and everything kind of gets mixed. And then you warm up some corn tortillas and serve it with your favorite kind of little taco sauce or whatever salsa, and a little cilantro and white onion. That's all. It's just very basic. Al pastor is kind of like almost, I wouldn't say peasant food, but it's kind of like country style,
rustic.
Yeah.
Common man food.
Yeah, and most of the time it's done with pork, but I imagine they used goats and sheep because I'm sure it came from like Spain or somewhere, somewhere
exotic.
Yeah.
I just remembered that Mother's Day is coming up, actually, as well.
Yeah.
It's the 9th. We'll have another.
That's the day after load in.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have another podcast, and
I
got a great idea for Mother's Day. Yeah,
tell everybody your great idea for Mother's Day.
You
go buy yourself a gift.
Yeah, go buy yourself a new grill or all steaks or all this good stuff. Get the kid, take them outside, leave mom alone, get her a glass of wine, make her a bubble bath, and just take the kids away and do some cooking. Enjoy being outside with the kids and teaching them some things and leaving mom alone. I think that sounds like a great Mother's Day gift.
I just like how you framed it as.
Buy yourself something.
Buy yourself a gift. Buy yourself a gift. This is how to make mama happy.
The gift is being the time away from everything.
Oh, I agree.
And so you got to have something to occupy that time for you and the kids, So I think, that's a great idea. Because,
I'm down.
I mean.
You take Michael and go.
And just go for the weekend. Just let you have.
Oh, not the whole weekend.
Oh, just a day?
Most of the time we don't celebrate Mother's Day. We're too busy loading in for Memphis and Mahi.
Yeah, I try to go. I mean, your mom comes in town sometimes for Mother's Day, but then we try to go see my mom on Sunday.
You've told me before that I'm not your mom, so you don't get me.
That's
Mother's
right.
Day
My mom is, I still buy my mom Mother's Day gifts. She's my mom.
Yeah. Well, you should still buy her gifts.
Now, Michael, I can encourage him. If you want me to go buy something and say, here, it's from him. I do. Now, last year, I did take him somewhere and let him buy you a gift.
Oh, yeah. That was during quarantine.
Wasn't it? Was that last year or the year before last? I don't remember.
No, last year it was like you got me stuff to do nails.
That's right.
A home manicure kit because we were in the middle of quarantine.
Yeah, it's like the nail dryer and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah. Year before that, it was like some pottery or something. It's like a pottery serving platter, I think. I let him pick it out.
Oh, I love it. I think I have it sitting up for display. So what are your favorite Mexican style recipes? I got a list of all. You got a
Polo
lot.
Tapatillas.
Polo Tapatillas.
Polo Tapatillas #1.
You did some brisket tacos one time that were
Yes.
really good.
The little chipotle sauce that I made, the creamy sauce to go with those, is what made them so good.
And you do pickled red onions a lot of
Always.
times with your. Oh, I gotta
love
add that to our taco bar list.
Oh
for
yeah, we need
Wednesday.
to do those for sure.
Yeah.
No, my favorite that I've that Monterey chicken's so good.
I put that on the
That's a good
list.
one. It's not really a. Would you call that a Mexican
It's
style
kind of
recipe?
like a Santa Fe. I don't know.
It's more
Southwestern.
southwestern, but I mean, it's kind of the same thing. We're
You
kidding?
Yeah.
You know?
None of the Mexican
Yeah.
food we're cooking is real authentic.
Yeah. Yeah. I try my best, but I mean, even the Mexican restaurant's my favorite here in town. They're it's Americanized Mexican.
Yeah.
It's not like. Now I will say this: La Siesta has the absolute best. There's like some Mexican friends that I know. They go there because they say that restaurant it tastes more like what they're used to
Yeah.
getting when they were at home. You know,
Well, they make
Back in the home
special
country.
sauces.
Yeah.
And
Diablo
Better,
sauce.
yeah.
And you can get the tapatillas and all the other. What's the other one that I really like? The molcajete.
Polo Loco shrimp. What is it? Polo Loco shrimp and or
Polo Loco shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also have a recipe for a Mexican style street corn where you grill your
Elote.
corn.
Yeah.
And then you pull it back and apply,
You get like the cotija cheese and it's got like the, what is it, crema on the outside, or you can use mayonnaise. I found out. You put it in like some chili, the tahini seasoning
Mm-hmm.
or something that's got a lot
Lime
of chili.
juice.
Yeah. Just rub it down with lime juice and see it, man, it's good.
It's very flavorful.
I like that I like making that just layered in a bowl too.
Yeah.
You can buy the whole kernel corn and warm it up in a skillet on the grill where you get some of that flavor on it, kind of char in it, and then take it and build it with all those flavors. Man, it's good.
Last year you did a gringo carne asada.
That just means meat on the grill. That's all that is.
And you did a grilled chicken
Carne
taco.
beef. Yeah.
Those are some of my favorites.
That's the same thing. So they're simple to me. That kind of
what's your grilled chicken taco recipe?
man, get some thighs, season boneless, skinless thighs. You can marinate them if you want, or you can just season them up with your favorite Mexican style seasoning, which is what I typically do. Throw them on a hot fire, just keep moving them around until they're done, and then take them off while they're still juicy. When they hit about 170, let them carry over just a little bit. Slice them up thin, squeeze some lime juice on them, a little more seasoning. Get all that board juice and mix it back up, and then put fresh toppings out. That's where I love making a guac. I love having like a
Pickled red onion, cilantro.
all the toppings that go with the
Yeah.
that stuff's good. I usually stay away from like lettuce, cheese.
Yeah.
But I do make a pico, cut up some little Roma tomatoes and onions and jalapeno and cilantro. Get some fresh avocado and chop that up or slice it to go on them. That's what makes it to me, all the freshness, fresh ingredients. That's why I love Mexican food. They take the same kind of meats and make 30 different dishes with it.
Yeah.
You go to a Mexican restaurant, they're not dealing with they got 4 proteins and the vegetables, but they just have different ways of preparing it because it's all the sauces or the different ways they put it together. It's real simple, but man, the fresh flavors make it. So you can't just have seasoned ground beef and
Yeah.
the flour tortilla shell with cheese and lettuce. That's not hitting on nothing.
That's what Michael likes to.
You got to char that meat, get it seasoned, and add some good
I
sauces with it. Fresh ingredients. That's what makes it.
So we've got our plan for Cinco de Mayo. We're cooking up here. We're gonna have some chicken, some pork.
I'm cooking a rib
beef.
contest this weekend.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about.
Forgot
this.
all about that, didn't you? $4,000 to the winner of a rib. It's a rib and hot wing I guess it's rib and wings. 10th Inning Sports Bar and Grill this Sunday.
Is it first place takes all or is?
First place takes all. $4,000. And it's gonna be a
So
great
there's no
tune-up.
second place.
Yeah, it's paying out. I think second place pays out like $750.
Oh wow.
And then $500 for third. It's payout strong. there's going to be some hitters there.
Mm-hmm.
All cooking. Well, we're tuning up for Memphis and May. So if
Yeah.
you're cooking ribs at Memphis and May, it's a great way to get a practice in. Mark's putting a team in. He's Jay Durbin, Tennessee Mojo's putting a team in. I think he's putting a team in. I mean, it's Duker's just putting a team in. It's going to be some rib cooks there.
So that's Sunday.
Yep. It was like, I think it was it $250 dinner wings and ribs? I hadn't seen what wing payout is. We're in the wing category too at Memphis and May, so we're tuning up. We've already got our recipe lined out. We're just fine tuning, working some flavors, seeing what resonates with the judges. So we're, to the boot. If I win $4,000, I'm gonna buy you something nice.
You might actually get me a Mother's Day gift.
Yeah, I might get you a Mother's Day gift. That's right. If my horse could come in on Saturday and win $4,000 on Sunday cooking a rib, man, that's gonna be a good weekend. Make
it happen, Mal. Make it happen.
I've got to. Nothing to it but to do it.
I never did talk to you about your McRib.
Oh, it was so good. You know.
I know. I was there.
Tyler missed it. I hate he missed it. Me and Mark talked about it last week on podcast where you were out.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
I
thought about it.
I thought you did it here at the shop, just testing it out, and I thought it was really good. But the one you cooked at the house, I thought was even better.
It was.
So I had a couple questions about it. Go ahead.
Well, I think it was better because I cooked it on that Outlaw.
Oh.
I got it really good and tender, and just bones jumped right out of it. So that's what was so good.
So that was my question. How do you cook a slab of ribs so tender that you just pull the bones out, no problem, but can still pick it up, wiggle it around almost, and it not fall apart? You can get that perfect one bite. I mean,
what happened on those? I slid it beside each rib, so I knew they would pop out, and I didn't cook it to where the bones were falling out.
Yeah,
those bones wouldn't have fell out if
you wouldn't have slid it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you probably could have. I could have took them out, but it would tore it up more. So they were still cooked. The consistency of it was what I call just a perfectly cooked baby back rib.
I agree.
I didn't overcook them to get it to do it. I just helped it to where those bones would come out with that slit.
That's my question.
So it was still juicy. It was still, but it was incredibly tender, and you could pick them up. But if I'd have took it, say, another 30 minutes in the wrap, they'd been falling apart.
They'd have given you that bad mouth.
Yeah, they'd start getting. It's almost like a mushy kind of. The meat separates in your mouth. It's mealy kind of. It's just overcooked. That's what it does. So yeah, that's a fine line. But you're not cooking them till the bones like fall out. You're cooking them to where they're tender enough where you can take them out if you put that little slit beside them.
But still, it's pretty impressive to pull all the bones out
and do it.
Pick up a whole slab.
And still be able to handle it. And yeah.
But then have it where it just bites a perfect bite through.
I can cook them where I can just pop the bones out, pick the whole rib up, and then pot them back in. I've cooked. Our Memphis and May ribs will be like that. You can take the bones. How do
you hit that perfect texture?
Cook a lot of slabs and get a lot of practice. I know.
You just know.
Yeah. If my temps run steady, that whole wrap and those ribs are where they're supposed to be, they're getting, between, in that 200, 210 degrees internal range. When I start feeling on the bones and I can start feeling them to spin, that means they're getting ready. You can push them a little bit and tug them, and they'll come out and leave a socket. And then you can push them right back. You can take them out, pick it up, and then push them right back in. Still tear the rib and them not fall out. That's a perfectly cooked rib. And then when the meat flakes, it doesn't mush. It doesn't, there's no fat in it. It's been rendered, but it kind of flakes apart. It's almost like some really good pulled pork on a bone. I mean, it's a fine line to where that baby back rib is just right.
It is. It's hard to hit that. You've got a pretty small window, Yep.
Ours are good.
I have taken a video of you popping the bones out and then sliding them back in.
Putting them back in. That's just showing off there. That's all that is. That's all that is show.
So someone said they couldn't get over the fact that you put an entire stick of butter on one rack of ribs.
Why can't you get over that?
The thing is, it's not like it's in the wrap.
Yeah.
It's not like you put it on the sandwich.
Yeah, like it stayed in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it did cook but I mean, I can't help it if people have an aversion to how much butter they use.
Oh, I'm all about it. Yeah. Add extra.
Yeah.
What does two sticks do?
I can't believe it. I guess they don't eat confit anything, huh? They don't want anything cooked in fat.
Someone said they knew it was going to be amazing when Malcolm called it a sandwich.
Oh.
Everybody knows a sandwich is better than a sandwich.
Yeah, that's right. I eat ham sandwiches.
And then a couple people ask what happened to your privacy bushes.
Man, a neighbor cut them down. Supposed to be building a fence.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it.
We're working on it. We might have to sell that house now. We got to build a new house.
Well,
I mean, they were very jungle-ish.
yeah, but they hid so much.
Everybody always says they want to be your neighbor, so
Yeah. That's right.
You don't want to be our neighbor. We're the rednecks in the neighborhood.
rednecks that can cook, really.
Do you like partying? Do you like drinking copious amounts of beer, liquor, partying with the pool, loud music, changing genres every 30 minutes? Do you like fishing? Do you like hunting? Do you like barbecue? Join our neighborhood.
Does it bother you when coolers
Does it
sit on the
bother
front porch
Yeah.
for weeks at a time?
You have an aversion to firearms?
So this weekend we have the Derby. Wednesday, the Sunday, you've got a rib cook,
Yeah.
a rib
And then we got
competition.
loaded in from Memphis in May. I
Yeah.
mean, it's fixing to be
Wednesday-
bam, bam,
Oh, yeah,
bam.
we're
Are we
fixing to
doing?
be.
I know we're going to do a podcast before load in.
Yes,
We probably won't have one Memphis in May week.
probably not.
Um,
I'm really going to
the
try to
week
fit one
after,
in there.
we probably will have one the week after, and then
Yep.
we're going to Jamaica again. So, and then May's going to be done.
Yep, it is. It hadn't even started yet, and I already see the end of
I
it.
do too. Hadn't even started.
So we got a rib cook Sunday, Wednesday, Cinco de Mayo. Next week, we're releasing our Jay Durbin World Champion Rib recipe,
That's right.
where Jay shows
He shows me how he cooked the winning ribs. He says it's what he's running this year. He did. Now, he didn't use that bee's knees honey the year he cooked Memphis in May, but he used it in this recipe. I mean, it's pretty good stuff.
But then, so we got to load in next weekend. So all next week will be
Busy.
Cinco de Mayo in and packing the trailer.
That's right. Making margaritas. Tyler, are you going to post some of this margarita stuff?
It's going to
for
be
the
all
contest?
over Instagram.
It's going to be all over Instagram. Did you do the one where I did the crawfish with the beer on it? Did you look at that yet?
Yes, it will go live today.
How long was that? Like a few seconds?
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
not much.
Is it going live on TikTok?
Yes, on
Yeah.
TikTok. Maybe even the stories. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. If it's short enough, definitely put it on stories.
You didn't see me do that.
No, I didn't.
I rubber banded
I was working.
a live crawfish and a can of beer. Popped the top, tried to drink it before he got me.
Did he get you?
He
didn't-
didn't.
I was gonna say, he didn't really try.
Yeah, he didn't really try.
That one kind of gave up. If we had gotten one of the feistier ones,
I wouldn't have wanted one of those feisty.
they were.
There was one
super mad.
when I was picking them up at like the end of a video. We were closing one out, smokes out. It's like crawfish hanging from my finger. I've got another one up, and it's
Rubber band around your-
rubber band around my hand. I'm just going for it. Done had a couple of those
Giant Miller Lights. Yeah.
16-ounce bottle.
We can't give Malcolm the 16-ounce bottle.
I do
He
better
can
with
only have the
cans.
12s. Really, if we can get 8s.
An extra 4 ounces. That's what gets you. An extra 4 ounces in one of those.
Because you want to drink it just as fast.
Yeah, that's right. And they got the bigger mouth on them, so it really flows.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Memphis May this year.
It's gonna be fun.
Yep. But that's all I got.
That's all I got. We're gonna work on our rib recipe and our wing recipe, testing it at that contest this weekend.
Next week, we'll let you know who won the rib contest.
That's right.
We'll let you know who won the Derby. We'll let you know who won the margarita
I
contest.
have a lot of info next week. It'll be after Cinco de Mayo. All right. Well, hey, Jill, where can they find us if they don't already know?
If you would like to connect with Malcolm, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell on Instagram.
All right. Well, Tyler, we gone.